We've got some terrific NBA action in store for you today. This is Kevin Harlan, and here with me tonight, Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. Right now, the Pistons are back in town for just one game and looking to play well for their home fans. And 8th place in the East, they're in the playoff hunt.
Yeah, and they're still looking for their first win of this season against this team. Not something they're proud of, but at least they get a chance at redemption here tonight.
And, you know, guys, you can only play the present game. You can't go back nor forward. I mean, it does them no good to think about what happened in the past. That's why your windshield is bigger than your rearview mirror. Look forward. Focus on the present.
I like that one.
I do.
That sounds good. You're right on it.
That was very profound.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. Marvin Williams is out there with Batum. Then it's Lee. And there's Kemba Walker. And it's Zeller in at the 5. A shot by Caldwell-Pope, no good. And it's the Hornets' ball. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks. Batum against Morris. About 1 minute into the first quarter. Here's Harris. Right through the D for the layup.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
For the Detroit Pistons, they won their last contest, that game against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
And how about the accuracy that was on display from three-point range in that game? They were lethal.
Yeah, splashing those threes as they did really allowed them to continuously deflate that crowd and keep them at bay. Boy, that was a nice road win for them, no doubt. You know, that part of the floor, guys, is more or less his real sweet spot, right in his wheelhouse.
And guys, Courtney Lee, now having completed 7 full seasons, very much the same guy now as he was entering the league. A 3-and-D prototype who will most likely never be a plus playmaker.
Talking about Courtney Lee, you know the ball handling and court vision are suspect, but you know you don't care because he's provided solid defense on the wing, Clark, and he's hit over 40% of his threes last year.
And he's also one of the best free throw shooting 2 guards in the league, Kevin. And last year he and Conley were out of sight at the end of games. That's a wonderful combo to have, 2 great free throw shooting guards.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Harris.
Hornets ball.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Clock at 6. Here's Williams. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
Now there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as pretty as a dunk sometimes.
Drummond. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It goes on Cody Zeller.
Andre Drummond is a big guy. At the NBA Draft Combine, he measures 7 feet tall with a 7'7" wingspan. And he tipped the scales at 280 pounds. That's a super heavyweight, my friends.
Al Jefferson's checked in for the Hornets. And on the topic of Andre Drummond, Greg, there are a few guys in the league who combine his kind of size with the type of athleticism he possesses. Fast up and down the floor, quick off his feet. Even sports a little hang time. I mean, the guy's got a full package athletically.
You talked about the raw physical tools, and you factor in the 2 things as a big that I really value. Great hands and quick feet, and he's got that going for him. So you can't go through him, you can't go around him, and you certainly can't go over him. I mean, what's left?
We can only hope to contain him, as they say. Now here's Lee, following the missed shot by Tobias Harris, and the basket good.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Now here's Jackson, coming off a stellar performance against Philadelphia. Deflects the pass. A fast break now for Charlotte from 13. Walker's shot is off. Pistons trail by 6. Jackson with it. He's picked up by Walker. Pistons passing it around. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Lee passes to Williams. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Second chance shot. Can't get it to go. And Detroit the other way now. Harris kicks to Jackson. Back to Harris. Feeds to Jackson. sinks the 11-footer. Jackson's got his first basket of the night.
Caught him off guard with that move. It definitely had the element of surprise. Nobody expected him to bust out a spin, but it worked beautifully that time.
And guys, Reggie Jackson was at the end of a yo-yo last season. He starts at Oklahoma for an injured Westbrook. Westbrook comes back, sends Jackson to the bench. Then Oklahoma sends Jackson to Detroit, where he fills in for another injured starter in Brandon Jennings for the rest of the year.
And some changes here for the Hornets. Kaminsky is checked in for Williams. Jeremy Lamb comes in for Courtney Lee. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Walker. Now here's Lamb. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Now getting back to Jackson, he showed several times last season that he has that starter ability. The Thunder knew they wouldn't have the money to re-sign him, Clark, in free agency, so they traded him to avoid losing him for nothing.
Yeah, that's a good move. And with the Pistons, Jackson finished the season strong, while the Thunder, without Jackson or Durant's contributions, missed the playoffs for the first time in years.
Here's Blake. There's 42 seconds left in the first. Back to Drummond to the wing right side. And it's Blake that time, the assist by Drummond. 35 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Outside, Batum. They set the pick. He feeds it to Lamb to the left side wing. Left side, Lynn. 6 to shoot. With the floater. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
No good on the second free throw. Here's Bullock, defended by Batum.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
And that does it for the first quarter. Hornets ahead, up by 4. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the session for the Hornets to go anywhere, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. I mean, what might be better than continuing to play the same game you've been playing forever is to take your game to a new level, and that's going to take some discipline. I think Kemba has more than enough talent to be able to do that, but that's his challenge moving forward.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. Looking at what we've seen from the Hornets, what do you think?
I just really like what we're seeing from a defensive standpoint, forcing a lot of turnovers with those quick hands.
Yeah, those active hands, Greg, have produced a number of steals early. They've been very aggressive.
Jackson and Caldwell-Pope, the guards. Tobias Harris is out there with Marcus Morris. And it's Drummond in at the 5, roaming the paint. They're the group Detroit will start the second with.
Oh, the turnaround jumper. That was just beautiful.
And guys, Nicholas Batum is a real greyhound on the floor. The guy's got long strides, runs fast, long and limber. Clarkie, he covers a lot of ground.
Extremely active at both ends of the court, Kevin. Great versatility. He can defend 3 positions, and he's played big minutes for the Blazers.
The Pistons shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
Yeah, it's been a very frustrating season for them in that regard, guys.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Marvin Williams is checked in for Batum. Lee comes in for Jeremy Lamb. And Walker subbed in for Jeremy Lin. Now here's Williams. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. And the shot is good.
And guys, now the NBA has what's called player tracking. I mean, they can show how much ground a player can cover over the course of a season. And Nicholas Batum, always amongst the leaders. 2 seasons ago, he was number 1.
Pistons trail by 7. Jackson drives in. Here's Drummond. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
And Batum with that slender build, you know, you like his height and length, but he can get pushed around at times. I think he could still stand to add some strength.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
And Morris throws it down.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
Shot's good by Walker.
Right now, they've got that field goal percentage up in the low 50s.
Putting it together offensively, looking to build some more momentum.
Now here's Jackson. His scoring totals are something to take note of. He's averaging over 19 points a game. Here's Drummond. Zeller grabs the board. Hornets leading by 5. Pass to Walker. Williams against Morris. Williams dishes to Walker. 6 to shoot. Puts it up from 12. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Walker's got 6 points in the quarter.
And fellas, in this quarter, he's improved on what was already a very good performance in period number 1.
Harris misses.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Screen by Lee. Walker with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Williams with a clean look. It will not find the hoop. It's his 3rd miss. He has made 2.
And Steve Clifford might not be the most famous coach in the NBA, but he has plenty of experience, and everyone in the league knows exactly how well-versed he is as a coach.
Charlotte calls timeout.
And guys, you know, Cantavius Caldwell-Pope, this guy screams potential at you. I mean, perfect size and length and speed for a 2-guard. He plays both ends. Right now, it's all about consistency for him.
And the Hornets making a change here. Jefferson's checked in. Now here's Williams. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
And here are the numbers for Kemba Walker. He's been dominant over the last month. Right around 25 points per, 6 assists and 4 rebounds. They're loving how he's running the show here. His sensational passing really breathing life into their offense.
You know, the scheme just seems to run much more smoothly when he's in the game because he knows where everybody is at all times.
On the topic of Caldwell-Pope, he's the kind of guy who needs a year to feel his way around. In college, Greg, you may recall he showed dramatic improvement between years 1 and 2. The same thing has been true in the pros.
Yeah, and he has everything going for him. I mean, excellent outside shot, tremendous defensive tools. He just needs to add some strength and stay in attack mode to reach the next level in his development. From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Well, when you knock down jumpers like that, it opens everything else up as well.
Here's Harris. Gets a very good look and converts.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession. Some changes for Charlotte. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Cody Zeller. Jeremy Lamb comes in for Courtney Lee. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Kemba Walker. .43 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Lamb, good.
The field goal percentage has been bumped up into the high 50s now.
And when you're shooting like this, you should be winning. They're scoring with tremendous efficiency.
And the basket by Harris.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Here's Jefferson. Tobias Harris picking up that last basket.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
An even 3-on-3 break. Here's Jefferson. Yes! And a nice assist from Lin. Jefferson's got 5 points so far.
Just a major size difference between the defender and shooter.
He got it! He caught it!
My goodness. A huge 3 to cut it close going to halftime. It's still anyone's ball game.